Breaking news today. The OPEC meeting is being overshadowed by tensions between Saudi Arabia and Russia. Conflict indicators among major oil producers and OPEC Plus output policy meeting on Sunday will put their alliance to the test, but tensions between Saudi Arabia and Russia threaten to overshadow the event. Since March of 2020, the OPEC headquarters in Austria's capital city has hosted two face-to-face ministerial meetings between the organization's 13 member countries led by Riyadh and their 10 allies led by Moscow. Bloomberg reports that tensions were heightened because OPEC did not invite reporters from the three major financial news outlets to cover the talks. A representative from OPEC said nothing. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has thrown global economies into disarray, causing oil producers to deal with plummeting prices and high market volatility. Several OPEC Plus members agreed to voluntarily cut production by more than 1 million barrels per day, BPD, in April, surprising the world and temporarily bolstering prices. Some experts believe Saudi Arabia and Russia will stick to the group's current output policy, while others believe they will cut production even further to support prices. According to PVM Energy's Thomas Varga, the recent inconsistent rhetoric from the two heavyweights certainly threw the spanner in the works, making an outcome prediction difficult. Since the April cuts were announced, oil prices have fallen by about 10%, with Brent crude falling to near $70 a barrel, a level it has not traded below since December 2021. With the United States fighting inflation with higher interest rates and China's post-COVID rebound slowing, traders are worried about the health of the global economy, which could lead to a drop in demand. Last week, Saudi Arabia's energy minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman stoked rumors of additional cuts by cautioning investors not to bank on oil prices continuing to fall. "I keep telling them that they will hurt, and in April, they did," he simply warned them to be on the lookout. But in an interview with the Russian newspaper Izvestia, Russia's Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak seemed to disagree with that assessment, saying that no more production adjustments would be made. Novak predicted no fresh action would be taken because certain decisions were made by some countries just a month ago, in response to the slow pace of global economic recovery. "Mixed messages are the first signs of discord within the group," said Stephen Innes, analyst at SPI Asset Management. Despite the mixed messages, Moscow has not reduced production by the 500,000 barrels of oil per day it promised in February. As the war in Ukraine drags on and Western sanctions hit its economy, Russia has been shipping its oil to India and China, where the two Asian superpowers have been gobbling up the cheap crude. According to Edward Moya, an analyst at the exchange platform OANDA, Sunday's meeting may take longer than usual. The Saudis will probably argue for more production cuts, while Russia is getting desperate for oil revenue, he said to AFP. Moya predicted that the bromance between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman had ended. This is not the first time the oil companies have argued. In March of 2020, as oil prices plummeted due to the COVID pandemic, the alliance was on the verge of dissolution because Moscow refused to reduce its oil production. Riyadh flooded the market with record oil exports after negotiations collapsed, driving down crude prices to below $50 per barrel. As a result of the drop, which took 8 months to recover from, Russia and Saudi Arabia settled on a plan to stabilize prices. This time around, any Russian veto could materially reduce OPEC's power of hit on oil prices, according to a research note by Ipek Ozkardeskaya of Swissquote Bank. But, she continued, little chance that we see the kind of discord like back in 2020, because the war in Ukraine has strengthened their ties.